star fell from your heart and love.
Hi, my name is Elisha. I just wanted to make a video about like self-esteem and just basically kind of give out a little bit of my kind of story, a little bit about what's going on with me, what I've been through a little bit, and how I overcame it, what helps me. So stay tuned, and here comes the next video. Hi, it's me again. I just really want to make a video about like self-esteem and just overall having issues with yourself. And let me tell you, from my point of view, I mean, I've been there. I know what it's like. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people know what it's like. I mean, it could be because you got bullied, picked on, you name it. It could just because it could be because of past relationships, you know um but really I just wanted to talk to just to everybody who's having this issue. I mean, I come from a great family, don't get me wrong, and I I the only problem that I really had is like I never had a father figure in my life. It's always been just me and my mom and my grandmother and my extended family, my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins. But I can't tell you how much it is, how hard it is to just have people pick on you, degrade you, and just put you in such a low state that you really feel that you're worthless. You have no meaning. You just kind of just wish it would just be done. You want to just end your life, commit suicide, or just kind of run away from it all. I can't tell you how many times I felt that way. Um, in elementary school, I used to get picked on. I can't tell you, all the way from kindergarten up to 5th grade, I always got picked on. There was not a time that I did not get picked on. And, sure, you make a couple of friends and, they say they have your back or whatever, but that's not the case. That's not how it is all the time. You may have theirs, but, they might not have yours. And I've learned that the hard way, and, I've had friends that do stick up for me. Don't get me wrong. But, when you learn that at a young age, it's hard because it makes you not trust easily, and I already grew up not being an only child at that, and, I was always in my own little world, and the only thing that existed was make believe, to be honest with you. And, I had an imaginary friend. I had dolls and toys, and that was my world when I was younger. I basically, I don't even know how to put it. I was just very closed off. I didn't make friends easily at all. If I had friends, I would probably have one or two and not a lot. And, the rest of them would be thinking I'm odd and I'm weird and I do this weird. And, but I mean, come on, really? I mean, everybody has their own oddball ways of doing things, their little pet peeves, their little OCD-ness. But, I personally, I can't tell you, like, if you have issues with yourself, the only way to deal with those is to confront them head on. Find something that you like about yourself, personally. Like me, for instance, I write poems, awesome poems. I can sit there and write a poem about anything. You name it, you give me a topic and I'll write a poem. It can be short, long, whatever. You want me to rhyme it, I'll rhyme it. If you want it to not rhyme, I can make it not rhyme. I can do it. Just throw me out of topic, and that's how I kind of, controlled, like, any anger I had towards people for picking on me. And I just wrote. I have tons of journals. Like, I start them, but I never finish them, but I start them. And, like, I can get halfway through one and, I'll stop. Because it's like I don't need it anymore. And I can go back to when I had journals when I first learned how to write. You kept the journal like in 1st grade, that's when you learned how to write, right? So, you started learning cursive and stuff. But, that was my way of dealing with, issues that I had with myself. I would sit there and be like, this person, said this to me, and, just really made me angry, and I wish I could do this to them, and, that's how I dealt with it. Or I make a story, and, I have such an overactive imagination as it is, and, I just go off the handle and just make these stories about how everybody, is mean to me, but how I overcame it. I remember being called, ugly, and you're stupid, because you don't get math, and I'm horrible at math. I hate math, I'm sure a lot of people can hate math too, and I'm one of them. Can't stand it. I like science, and I love history, and, I mean, that's, how people are. They like one subject, but they hate another, I was always a tomboy, so I got picked on for that because I didn't wear very feminine clothing, I remember in middle school, people used to be like, oh, you're Diesel, you're like a dude and stuff like that. That hurts because, I'm a girl, and, I was very awkward. So when I kind of grew up, I was kind of like, tomboyish, likes to play sports and do this, but, trying to be like, oh, I can wear a dress and I can put on a little bit of makeup and kind of look cute. It was hard. It was hard. And, I wouldn't wish this on anybody, people that never had self-esteem issues. I mean, don't fret about it. I mean, I think everybody has something that they don't like about themselves. That's why they have plastic surgery, especially like rich people. When people pick on you, it's because they don't like something about themselves. I learned that as I got older. Literally, I remember one time a girl wanted to fight me, and I just looked at her. I was like, I don't know why you want to fight me, but you must have some serious issues going on with yourself if you want to sit here and cause a fight over something so little. All because, I just, like, I mean, hate is a very strong word. I would never suggest people say, I mean, like, if you really hate somebody, you can say you hate them, but I would always say dislike. But, like, this girl, I just disliked her attitude, I just was like, I can't hang out with you. Your attitude sucks. I don't want to be around you. Or like, who would want to be around somebody who sits there and puts them on top, are so conceited, and they put themselves on top of this pedestal, and you're just kind of like, that's a very bad attitude. And, I can't stand people with such negativity like that. It's just because they put you down so they can be on this throne, for what? So they can feel good about themselves because they were able to knock somebody down. That doesn't make you a great person. That makes you a very petty person. I mean, have some values, people. I mean, in the world today, you can't sit there and, I mean, sure, there's a lot of discrimination going on and whatnot, but you can't sit there and judge a book by its cover. It's always about the inside. I mean, sure, somebody could be so pretty, so gorgeous, but they have such a nasty personality, such a nasty heart, and you just don't want to be around that person. In my case, I've been around my fair share of nasty people, and, I've kind of tuned them out, and I got rid of them. After I graduated high school, the friends that I had, I do not have anymore. I mean, for the exception of one. There's one person, her name, I don't know if she would allow me to say her name because, I mean, this is on YouTube, but, I've been friends with her since middle school, since day one in middle school, and we've always been best friends. And the way we met, it was so funny because I was kind of just kind of came up to me. She's like, "What's my friend?" And I was like, "Oh, you want to be my friend? I'm so weird. Like, why would you want to be my friend?" And, she's like, I was like, "Sure." And, we exchanged numbers, and, I got home from school, she called me first, and it started from there. And the way we had similarities, and the way we've always became best friends and always will be, is we like anime. And I mean, sure, a lot of people might not like it, but
A falling star fell from your heart.